Hey everybody, thanks for joining us. This is Restless Barbarian Gaming, and tonight we are on episode 2 of The Star of the Mist. It is a short little landmark for the One Ring second edition. We began last week, and we're picking up our story again tonight with a couple new characters. We made some adjustments, and we have a couple new folks to introduce. So why don't we go ahead and have my players, or excuse me, have the players, can't talk tonight, go ahead and introduce themselves, tell us who they're playing, and we'll go in a clockwise motion, starting with Ellie.
Hello, I'm Ellie. I'm playing Glorel, whose pronunciation you may be able to see on your screen. And I'm an elven scholar. And very grateful that I no longer have the highest health in the party.
We're going to address what happened story-wise with that. We made a couple adjustments. If anyone saw the first episode, you'll see why. Okay, great. Let's go with Q.
Q. Hey, I'm Q. I'm playing Yordhill. She's a Numenorian. Depending on exactly when between The Hobbit and The Lord of the Rings we are, she's either about Aragorn's age or slightly older at this time. Cousin, distant cousin, knows of him, that sort of thing, just to give you a feeling of where she fits in. But yeah, so she wanders around. Nobody calls her Strider. They make disparaging remarks about that big honking great spear that she carries, but she hates that name, so we won't go into that.
Now we want to know. No. Okay, and Marissa.
Hi. So tonight I'm going to be playing Tora Gochtfeller. So Tora is a dwarf. She's about 55, so she's on the younger side. Yeah, she's champion. But basically just she's a fighter, and she's who they send whenever they really, they need to get something done. She's not a leader. She's not the brightest bulb. She's very much a, kind of just goes straight at her target kind of thing. Not a lot of strategy there, but yeah.
I'm picturing Conan. Enough talk.
Right.
I mean, she's not stupid, but
no.
She's she just goes for her target in the most direct path.
That might end up being very useful tonight.
Exactly. Yeah, so we're pulling a page from the Star Trek Adventures book, and we made up some secondary characters to help us out against the bandits. Yeah. So we now have Yordale's a warden and Tora is a champion.
She's a champion. Yep, she fights with an axe.
And Glorel is still a scholar.
Yeah.
Somebody's got to do the thinking. So.
Yeah. I mean, we left Denny and Odo back at the
hiding
end.
In the woods.
Oh, they're hiding in the woods with the pony.
Yeah.
Petunia.
Exactly. Somebody's got to guard the horse.
Yeah.
So we are actually picking up a couple weeks after episode 1. After scouting the area adjacent to the tower, the Fellowship returned to Gandalf and advised him of the peril that they had faced. He deduced that a greater force would be needed if a cave ahead were to be fully investigated. So, using his magical Rolodex, he rolled up some other tough folks that he knew, and has put together a new group, new fellowship, to go further into the wild and see what can be found. So, we are going to pick up right near where the previous fellowship had stopped, where they had crept forward. I believe it was believe it was Glorel had kind of scouted ahead and gotten them some information, and then came back. So Glorel knows the way, basically, because you don't just walk into this cave. And we are going to say that you've arrived kind of at that same place. She has kind of told you what she saw. It is actually daytime when you approach, maybe like midday. So you are kind of below the area. The way I was kind of picturing it is kind of Glorel had to kind of climb up kind of a small hill to kind of look across and down to where she had seen the camp. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it over to my players and let them take it from here.
Should we be on a particular map?
No, but we can. Yeah.
You can go to Holly Ridge.
Let me do that real quick.
I should have probably mentioned that Tora's helm is made out of like an orc's skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It was a really big giant head.
Yeah, AI just doesn't know what an orc skull would look like. Apparently.
And that's why we will always need actual artists.
It helps. Yeah. So, okay. So, folks at home can't see the map, but what I've done is put you guys on a map. Assume the little purple square here is probably the observation point that Glorel had looked at from before.
Okay. Okay, Glorel. You say we're close to this cave that we need to infiltrate?
Yes, although there were some bandits camped out in front the last time we were here. Perhaps I should take a look.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty sure that's why we're here.
Yeah, probably
Okay.
just one of us, though. So you go ahead, see what you can see.
That sounds like a great opportunity for a stealth roll.
Okay.
I have no stealth.
All right. Got a little bit. But
No subtlety either.
we left behind the stealthy ones, right?
Yep.
They did their scouting job.
Yep.
Oh, right. I have all that hope back.
You do. Yeah. All your hope should be back. So.
Yeah, I don't have as much hope with this character, so I can't spend it willy-nilly.
Oh, look at that. A great success.
Nice.
All right. You are stealthy sliding through the low grass up to the vantage point. When you arrive and look down, you count 5 men who appear to look similar to what you had seen before. They all appear to be armed, knives, clubs of some sort. And they, of the group, there's about 3 standing, just working on various tasks, sharpening a knife, cleaning something, while 2 other men are sitting down. They're kind of all just kind of making idle chatter.
Okay. I'll report this back.
Okay. Could you, before you leave though, could you give me a scan roll?
Sure.
Okay. You spot, just as you were like starting to turn and leave, you spot something by the cave entrance, and you notice a figure is stepping out of the cave, kind of walking out. They are a kind of a short, wiry fellow. They're all dressed in black, and they kind of start like walking quickly towards the group. Do you continue walking away, or what do you want to do?
No, I'll hang out and keep an eye on this for a little while.
Okay. You hear him kind of shout something. You're not quite sure what he said. But maybe if you got closer. There's a lot of wind, and it's but you don't have to. So.
I've got to check something real quick.
Sure.
Okay. I don't have to worry about that right now. I am not so arrogant as to think that I can get closer without being seen. So I'm going to return to the others. Tom, I can't hear you.
That would help. I was going to say you couldn't hear what they were saying, and you couldn't hear what I was saying.
Yeah. Roleplay.
Yeah, exactly. just the way I planned it. You hear voices, but you can't quite make it out. You'd probably have to be a little bit closer. So, but yeah, you are able to, based on your initial roll in, I'm not going to make you roll to get back out. So you slither back through the grass and get back to your compatriots.
Right. Was it 5 men plus the one?
Plus the one, yes, so 6. Now, again, to kind of describe the scene, the area where they are camping is taking up most of the ground near this cave entrance. There is kind of a really, really narrow area on the side. You could try to creep by. During the day, almost no chance to get by without being seen. If you tried it at night, you might be able to get by stealthily. So that is kind of what you would describe to these new characters who haven't seen the area. So
I have a sense that my new friends would not approve of the stealthy route.
Okay.
Well, I mean, I would certainly try to stealth along behind you. I'm pretty sure that I'll fail. But
So
you
the
never
trouble
know.
I'll present it as an option. But
Okay.
It's always worth trying to get a drop on the enemy when possible.
Sure.
And my character would remember this. I don't. There was a name that we got.
You did. It was a name you had heard was Sabian.
Sabian.
Yes.
And I will pass along that this is possibly the person that I saw coming out of the cave.
Okay. So their leader has joined them, possibly. Or someone of import. Well then. Let's creep along. If we're spotted before we get in, then stay behind us. Stay safe.
So yeah, I'll stand. I'll go last, and me in my heavy coat of mail and my in my massive orc helm. I'll try to not draw any attention to myself, which is not really gonna probably work. I'm sure.
We'll be fine. We'll be fine.
And you guys can see this purple square on the map, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, that would be kind of that observation point. To get to the cave, you'd really kind of have to go along this kind of this narrow path right along here to get to the cave. The cave entrance is basically where the ring is up here. So,
All right.
but it is up to you guys. Tell me what you want to do.
Let's try to sneak forward.
Okay. All right. So then I need a stealth roll from everyone.
I don't know if it's worth spending a little hope if Marissa's going to fail.
I was like, I don't think it's worth wasting a whole point for me to try.
God dang.
All right. So, whoops, wrong one here. All right. So Glorel, successful. Okay, and the other two, and actually Glorel failed as well.
Glorel failed as well because I didn't.
Okay. All right. So you make a lot of noise coming through the grass.
Yep.
And
I figured Glorel tries to be sneaky and then just hears the clank, clank, clank.
All right. So I've moved you guys up on the map. As you're looking down, one of these, you hear this. Hey, I heard something up there. And they all start to like draw weapons. Like most of them seem to have some kind of blade. You do see one guy kind of going for a bow and arrow. Like, there's something up that way.
All right, I think noticing that our cover is blown, I'm gonna move. I would like to move in front of Laurel and with my shield up, and in case any of those arrows head our way.
Mhm.
All right, so go ahead and move yourself wherever you want to go.
Yeah. I'd like to try to get a volley off if you think it's going to be possible.
I would say a volley we will have an opening volley.
Okay.
They've heard noise and they're prepared, but it's not like they've seen you yet. So yes, we will have an opening volley. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to put everybody into combat. Okay, and we are going to start the opening volley. Okay, so Eoradel. I'm sorry, they're Eeyore to me now.
Eeyore works.
Yep. Do you have a ranged weapon? I think you have a spear, I think.
I have a spear and a bow.
Okay. All right. So you can target somebody.
All right.
And I will have to do the whole engage with everybody shit. So
This fella over there.
See if I can get that done now. Actually, I'll wait for you to start. So okay, which one are you going after?
I need to select a token that is included in the combat tracker.
They should all be
this
included.
one here.
Okay, he should be there. So
I had to add myself. It still said it still shows a blank list for me with preparation at the top.
oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm not on the combat tracker.
It's opening volley. Begin combat.
If you right click on your character's icon,
There we go.
Select select toggle combat state.
Ah.
But yeah, you guys are still in opening volley. So well,
Mhm.
technically still in opening volley. So
I also have a spear, so I can ranged attack as well.
Still says I need to select a token that is on the combat tracker. Ah. Yes, only the three of us are on the combat tracker.
yeah. Okay. It's not letting you select it.
No, because it's I can select it as a target,
Mhm.
but when I try to use the bow
Mhm.
macro, whatever, it says I need to select a token that is included in the combat tracker. Right now, only the three of us are in the combat tracker.
Okay, I'm able to do it. So
Well, you're the GM.
yeah.
You have power.
I don't know. All right, I'm gonna just click it for you. Just
So
keep it.
put them all in the combat tracker.
They are.
Oh dear.
If you go click on combat encounters, you should see everybody in there.
Yeah, I got the combat
I do
tracker
not.
up. It's just I only see the three of us.
Tom, at the bottom of that panel, is there a
Mhm.
start combat button?
I already did.
Then I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, I don't know, because I mean, I did what I've done before, which is I selected a bad guy and I hit
Okay.
attack, and the thing comes up, and I choose
Alright.
my weapon, and then it says you need to select a token that is included in the combat tracker. Yeah,
Let's do this. Let's all else fails. Try
Ooh,
again.
hey, ooh, they're showing up.
they're showing up.
Okay. Yeah. There we go. Okay. Now
Well,
let me
that was
do
fast.
Right.
opening volley. You still see him?
Now we see
Yeah.
opening volley.
All right. Cool. All right.
Now it's letting me attack. Okay, excellent.
All else fails. Reset.
The fighting with Foundry portion of tonight's program.
Yeah. Exactly. Okay. All right. So.
Extraordinary success. That's what I like to see.
Okay.
Ooh, special
Now.
successes.
Let's see. Let me see. It doesn't show your damage though. Oh, because this is just opening volley or whatever I think. But interesting. And you targeted the guys?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Huh, okay.
Ooh, I think this just popped up. Something about special
Success. Yeah.
successes because of the great success, I guess.
Oh, does it say like roll your damage or something like that, or?
I don't know if I'm supposed to select.
Oh, I think
something.
maybe we have to check. Yeah.
I'm just going to hit
Okay.
submit.
Yeah.
There we go. Yeah, I just had to move it along.
Okay. All
I
right.
mean, this is what happens when you don't hit very often. You don't realize how often you are.
All right. Glorel, any action?
I would love to, but it won't let me select anybody.
Really? All right. Let me. I have to untarget this person. I think that's okay. All right. So now try to target somebody.
Aha.
That's the biggest challenge with this is getting it to untarget somebody. Okay.
Oh,
Okay. And you know what's funny is now I see the damage for you guys.
Sweet.
All right, so I got to apply the damages to them then. Okay, so Yoradel, you killed the first one. And Tora, you killed the second one. So, yeah. I don't know if it showed you your damage though, because
I got 20.
yeah.
Yeah, okay, you can see. Okay, good. All right, cool. So an opening volley, yeah, you took two guys out. So okay.
Nice.
All right, so then this one's going to target. Target that.
Oof.
Okay. Arrow goes past Uradel, and then they like the really big target that they see, or the small target that they see. So, and arrow goes past Tora. All right, so we are into now regular combat. So now you guys got to pick your stances. So
Okay. And we should be able to do that by just right clicking. Yeah. Okay, it's working.
Yep.
I'm going to go forward stance. Just move in, switch from the bow to the spear. And move forward.
Is that what that is? Forward. Yeah, okay. Forward stance.
Yep. Yeah.
Alright. Are we supposed to move now too?
Yeah. I would move your characters where you want to be.
How far can we move? How many squares?
I don't care.
You don't care.
This game really technically doesn't worry about that.
Okay. Alright. Well
Just go
then,
like,
I'm
go
gonna
like 6 squares, keep it like 30 feet.
boom.
I don't get to.
Don't seem to be able to
Move?
move.
Let me make sure you're not a target anymore.
I see how it is. You just want me to go up there and
Mm-hmm.
fight them all. That's fine.
You do it. I'll just stand back and.
You're not able to move. Where do you want? Here, let me move you up here. How's that?
Yeah, that's exactly where I was going. Yeah.
Okay. Glorel, you want to move a little bit?
I'm hiding behind the tree.
Sounds good.
I'm taking cover behind the tree and taking pot shots.
Sounds good. Okay. All right.
sounds
So
very smart.
Yoradel, go for it.
All right. Let's target this guy. Give him a big old whack.
Oof.
Success.
All right. So apply the damage here. All right. You did some solid damage to him. Okay. And Tora?
My turn.
Uh-huh.
Woohoo. All right. Change who I'm attacking here. Oh, it's saying my dude's not in the tracker. Or please select a. Yeah.
Hang on. I think what it does is you have to like untarget. No. Okay. Target. Hold on. Let me make sure
Please
he's
select a
targeted here.
character or adversary token.
All right. So yeah, he should be targeted now. So just go ahead and try to attack.
No, please select a character or adversary token.
All right.
Well, do you
Oh, hold on a second.
double right click on the one that you want? Does it have the little?
Yeah, it does.
You have your own token selected?
No. No, that must be the problem. Okay, good grief. This. All right.
They have this really specific way that they want you to do things.
Yes. Yeah.
All right.
We might eventually go back to Theater of the Mind.
Success.
Nice. Okay. All right. Let's apply that damage to him. Oh, 7 damage. Hurt badly. All right. And Glorel. I have Sauron. All right.
I'm not taking a whole lot of time to aim.
All right. So, this guy is going to swing madly at Eoradel with his cudgel. And misses. All right.
Misses. Wow.
Yeah, I mean, God, you're right next to him. But other guy.
You got close, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
This guy is actually going to take off running. Actually, I took off limping. Let's put it that way. He's kind of takes off. So he is basically just taking his turn to run. And then we get down to this guy who is. He's going to seize the opportunity to go after the dwarf. He doesn't like them very much. And he's gonna actually shoot his bow. Misses. Alright, so actually we should be next round. There we go. Alright, back up.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay forward. Which one was it that shot the bow? Was it this one?
Yeah, that one.
Okay. Okay. Why won't it let me move myself?
I don't know.
I would like to move right here because I would like to attack the bow shooter's bow.
I attacked my dude.
Yeah, there must be something in the setup that's still
On the
I
upper
was
left-hand
fine
side,
before we started combat. I could move no problem.
on the upper left-hand side, you have select targets rather than select tokens.
Ah.
Okay.
Yep, that was it.
All right, so we should be Yoradel first.
Oh, sorry, I wasn't supposed to go yet.
That's okay. We'll
Right.
just.
So I'm going to try to either sunder his bow or knock it out of his hands. she's foolish enough to fire a bow in the middle of a melee.
Oh,
Great success.
14 damage. Oof. You have cleft him in twain.
Wow, I guess I missed the bow then.
Yeah. And then we're gonna go with Tora's damage.
Yep,
All right. All
that's
right.
there.
So you've killed 4 of them. And then so that leaves Glorel. You've only got 1 target left.
Sure enough. Oh, missed it by that much.
All right. Okay. Yoradel.
We're back up to me.
Mhm.
All right. Well, I'm gonna try to get this one last guy here. Ooh, special success.
Nice. There we go. I see. It takes a second for the damage thing to pop up.
Yeah.
And he is done.
Done.
Wow, so this is how combat's supposed to work. in this.
That's how
I
combat's
was going to
supposed to work.
say.
Yeah, we get some great successes, and yeah, special damage is heavy blow. So how is it determining what special damage we are doing?
I think technically, like, if you don't click that right click for the damage, I think it lets you roll for your damage. It's something. There's some other kind of setup. But
Yeah, because it's, when
Yeah,
I click on the damage thing and it shows me what was going on, and it
Yeah.
says, "Oh, great success, special damage, heavy blow, damage is 5 from the weapon plus 9 from the heavy
Yeah.
blow." But whenever the little it pops up the little dialogue when you trigger the special damage, there's like 2 or 3 different options there, 2 of which are grayed out. Heavy blow's like the only option. So I was just wondering how we unlock those different things and where that even comes from. I forgot to.
it's something in the setup. We'd have to.
And I'm
look
not
at
clear on where injury comes in as opposed to damage, and
it.
we don't have to go
Yeah.
through it now. I was just
Yeah, because I think you only get like 2 injuries, and then after that, it's either 2 or 3 injuries, and then you're at a death save, something like that. So, yeah,
well, no,
hopefully we
the
won't.
injury rating of a weapon,
Oh, dude, I don't know.
not
we gotta
wound,
look
but yeah.
well, I guess wound is what I'm thinking of.
Yeah.
So, okay. All right. Let's be positive. Hope it never
Wounds
happens.
or complications or whatever the heck they are
Yep,
in this game. But yeah.
Okay. Anyway, you have slaughtered this group ahead of you.
Okay. Let us into the cave.
Okay, so you guys are going to start marching towards that cave.
I'm gonna retrieve my spear.
Yeah, it's a good idea. Who has the best scan? Probably Ellie. But
Mine's
I
a
have 2
3.
dots.
I have 3 dots.
Oh, no. You beat me.
Oh, okay.
But who has the better target number?
Target number is 16.
Mine's 14.
Okay.
So.
Whoever wants to roll a scan, please do so.
All right. I'm going to scan. I'm going to fail, but I'm going to scan.
Ooh. Okay. Those who got the success.
24.
Yeah, Glorel, you see in that cave entrance that you've been looking at, you just catch sight of, looks like somebody running into the shadows. Like they were just looking out and then they just took off running back into the cave.
Okay. There are more inside the cave. Be cautious.
I kind of figured as much.
Okay.
All right. Toro will go first. I'll go second. You follow up, good Glorel.
As
Hang
you
back
wish.
a bit. Use your bow.
All right.
And then let's go in. Keep that shield up. Catch those arrows.
Okay. As you enter inside the cave, it's dark.
Of course, because it's a cave.
Yep.
Right.
What are we
Laurel,
gonna
do you
And there's no night vision in this game, so.
do? I don't really have.
I have a lantern if you'd like.
Oh, that would be great. Yeah, because being a frugal
Nature.
class,
It's somewhere on my sheet.
the Rangers of the North have a frugal lifestyle, so I get like one
Yeah.
helpful item, which I picked, as a skinning knife and some salt for cooking.
Oh wow, I got 3 useful items.
Yeah, so I don't got no lamp, I don't got no torch.
One of which is my helm, which is meant to scare people. Great. I have a detailed set of maps. Oh, and a windproof lantern as well. So there you go.
All right.
Actually, that could have given me a bonus to my scan, but that's okay.
Now,
I didn't need
remember, if you're carrying the lamp, you can't be carrying.
Let's use Glorel's lamp because I have
Yeah.
a weapon and a shield that I would rather be using.
Sounds good. Glorel, kind of stepping inside, you see that there are some ancient steps have been cut into the rock that lead downwards into the gloom.
Ooh.
Well, don't slip. I don't know how far down it is.
Okay. You guys go down the steps.
Everybody make me a dex save.
No. You as you come down to like a small flat area, and what you see ahead of you, it looks like it's like a stone bridge that once crossed a deep ravine that's within. But as you look a little closer, you see that the bridge is broken. Looks like a long time ago this bridge was broken. But somebody built kind of a makeshift wooden ramp.
The bridge is the gap?
Well, not quite. The problem is you see at the edge of the ramp where there would have been like a rope bridge that would have gone across. On the other side, it looks like somebody's cut the rope bridge, so it like fell down. So you're going to have to find a way to get across this gap.
Okay. Well, how deep does the ravine look?
You're going to have to walk up and take a look.
Yeah, so I'm going to take a look. Maybe we can just, go down into it and then back up the other side or something.
I worked so well in Star Trek.
Yeah.
Exactly.
If not, I'll just jump across.
It is
My
probably
head.
There'll be no dwarf tossing, I'll tell you that.
looks to be probably about 50 or 60 feet down. You could do the whole knock a pebble in and wait for it to.
Right. That's
wait.
a bit deep.
Yeah.
Not a comfortable landing.
How about like any mysterious cracks in the wall around here that might lead us to a workaround?
Well, this is where we're going to come to a skill endeavor, where you guys are going to have to come up with a plan to decide how to get across, and then you're going to make rolls to try to navigate this. So, the distance across and the depth is considered daunting. So you're going to need 9 successes to get across. At least one person across. And then they can try to throw a rope across. There are a couple things you could do, but I'm only going to give you 4 rolls to get these 9 successes. Now, a couple examples of things you could do. You could try to extend the ramp, perhaps maybe by collecting wood from outside and trying to build another bridge across. You could try to jump across, like you suggested once before. It's going to be at a hazardous skill level trying to jump across. It's an athletics to jump across. Or you could try to scale down the ravine using ropes and then climb up the other side. Again, athletics rolls on each turn and hazardous risk level. So there are a couple of things you could do. You don't technically have a time limit here.
I mean, I feel like the climbing down and then climbing back up again puts us at some serious disadvantage should somebody
You also don't know what's down there.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm sure there's nothing dangerous down there, but
yeah, right. I think because there's never anything dangerous in the dark depths of caves.
Slimy, creepy things down there.
Says the dwarf. I think the first option might be our best, like to build something that could get us across, because we would be at the least amount of disadvantage if somebody chose to attack it. But I don't know. What do you guys think? What's the scholar think?
The people outside, was that an actual camp or just a campfire?
Just a campfire.
Okay. Well,
does the gap?
I could go out and find some wood. I'm sure it wouldn't take long.
That's not what you did there.
What if we just fell a tree, bring it in here, and kind of, stick it across the gap and walk across the tree?
That's another idea.
Yeah. I mean, I'm no carpenter, so.
How far is the gap?
Probably a good 8 or 9 feet.
So maybe not everybody will be close.
Yeah. And you don't know what stuff is on the other side to help you. Hey, I get across. You don't necessarily see anything sitting there. There is the rope bridge that was cut.
Yeah. But, I bet we could cut a reasonably tall tree, like a 12-footer or something, and just bridge the gap. At least it would be something to steady us, even a couple trees.
Okay.
2 or 3 maybe.
So,
do you guys want to do that, or you want to try something else? Because I like the get wood idea.
Yep.
I have no problem with that.
Okay. Sounds like a plan.
That's going to involve crafting.
This is stone. It's not like the pit is going anywhere.
Right.
Okay.
At least I don't think I know any songs about moving pits.
So what I would say is first is you're going to have to find a tree. So that's probably going to be maybe hunting or explore to find a good sized tree. Now granted, there were a couple up where you came from, but
I've got 2 dots in explore.
Remember, you guys get 4 rolls at this, so.
Right. What are we rolling?
Somebody already rolled something. I think that was
Okay. So
Laurel.
4 roll. Okay.
I tried.
Yep.
Didn't do well,
okay.
but I tried.
So explore or hunting. Well, I have 2 in explore. I only have 1 in hunting.
I have 2 in hunting and in favored, and it's based on strength. So that's probably our best bet if you want.
All right. Yeah. Let's do that then.
Ooh, Gandalf rune.
Okay, nice. All right. 5 successes, according to that. Okay. So, yeah, you definitely found a sizable tree. Somebody has an axe with you.
Yep.
So I'm going to say that as part of it is that you're then able to start chopping down that tree. Okay. Now,
Somebody
crafting.
gonna keep watch while I do that.
Yeah. Because yeah, you're gonna make a hell of a lot of noise chopping down a tree.
Mm-hmm.
And then you're going to need a craft roll to start to trim this sucker down, branches and all that, to be able to
Right,
get
make a
it
log.
narrow enough to take through the cave.
Yeah.
So
I have 2 points in craft. I don't know what other people have.
I have 2 points and it's favored.
Oh, 2
Mine's
points.
not favored, so we're gonna go with you.
Okay. And for the record, I apologize. I forgot about the 4 rolls limit.
oh no, that's fine. That's fine.
No worries.
Made up for it with 5 on the next one.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, I mean,
jeez.
that's a total of 5. That's not like
Nice.
it's
Yeah.
5 hits or something.
Yeah. Okay. Nice. All right. So Glorel kind of gets to work to chopping off any side branches, kind of helping to narrow it down so that when you look back and you guys start to carry it. So you have, so that's 1 success. All right. So you have six successes. And that was 3 rolls so far?
I think so.
Yeah.
Mhm.
All right. So you guys have 1 more roll to now carry this in there, lay it across the gap to the other side, and essentially make sure it's solid. I would think that's probably athletics then.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't.
How
I only
you-
have. Sorry.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
I only have 1 point in athletics, but it is favored, and my target is only 12. So I don't know.
I have 2. It's not favored, so that's same number of dice, but you're rolling a bigger die than me, so probably let you do it.
Remember, you can add some hope in
yeah.
too.
My
Yeah, I'll
question is,
definitely.
how are we figuring successes? Because each roll is either a success or a failure. Are you counting great successes?
If you click on roll formula, it tells you, for example, you got 2 feet, 3 success. Oh no, that's dice.
It's just a number of dice. I rolled 3
Yeah.
success dice and 2 feet dice.
Yeah.
Well, then I don't know.
I'm taking that as 3 successes then.
Just wait. Because I rolled successfully and used 3 dice to do it, you're counting that as 3 successes? Or because it's a great success, you're counting it as 3 successes?
I'm taking it as you need a total of 9 successes. So
Well, yeah, but how are we determining the success? Because the roll is against a target number, and it's a succeed or fail. It's not like you're getting several successes per roll. And we've only got 4 rolls. There's no way we can actually get 9 successes, unless great successes count as more than 1 success.
I would think great successes count as more as 1.
How many?
I'm
2,
seeing
3?
3 there. So it's saying 3 successes.
No.
So we have-
That's the number of dice. 2 feet dice, 3 success dice.
Yeah.
The game doesn't make successes. It's not like you're rolling hits like in a 2d20 game,
Okay.
like Fallout or something. That's
How would you like to count them then?
I don't know. I assumed you had a plan. I was just trying to understand what the plan was.
Yeah, because to me this is saying 4 successes. So that is the way I'm counting them. So
Okay, so if we get a
So-
success and we roll lots of dice, you're going to count each die we rolled as a success. Got it.
yep, I'm gonna go by what this says is successes. So
No, but that's
okay. So, and I think you may have already gotten your 9. Let's see, because that was 0. That was 3, but actually, okay. So that was 3. 3, so that's 6. 8. Okay. All right. I think that's only 8, but to keep things moving along, we're gonna make it a success. It's a little wobbly. You get it on there, you're like, I think it's good. and then whoever steps on it first finds it a little wobbly. But it might need some. Still gonna need a brave dexterity roll to get across.
Yeah, we'll get there.
But you've got it in place to get across. So
Okay.
Oh,
okay. So who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Oh, okay.
Yes,
All
so
right,
you're
I was
gonna go
gonna say,
first.
It was my
Who's
stupid
that?
idea, so I should go first. But hey, you.
Yeah, no, that's
Yeah.
fine. Go.
No, you volunteered first.
No, you. That's fine. After you. No,
Did you want
Far
to
be
get
it-
warmer before you try this?
far be it for me to get in the way of.
All right, so
Proud
athletics
over the
cross it
Dane.
then.
Maybe should we? Does anyone have any rope? Should we just in case you slip, so we can pull you back up?
Nope, I've got a spear, a bow, and a skinning knife. That's it, and the clothes I'm wearing.
I have rope. I think. Well, I think I thought I had rope in my common traveling stuff.
Guess what? You have a rope.
Okay. So I'm gonna tie. We're gonna hang on to this rope so that if you slip, we can pull you back.
We're gonna
I can
keep
pull
it
you back
simple
up.
tonight. So yeah. So,
All right, go ahead. I got the rope. I got one end. Don't fall.
okay. Go ahead and just make me guess really athletics roll.
Yeah, all right.
To get across.
And with a bit of hope.
Yep.
Ooh.
All right.
Just
Eoradale gets over. All right.
All right. Hang on to that rope. I'm coming. All right. I'm making a athletics again.
Yes,
Or-
please. Yep.
Athletics. Okay. Gonna.
Nice.
Woohoo! I dance across.
Show off.
Toss
Glorel.
you the
I
rope.
shall hope that you haven't loosened it for me.
Does a backflip across like an elf, so
Show off.
success. All right. So you managed to all get across, and you
Woo!
can cross the daring gap. Okay. You follow a path from there. Kind of starts to go further down. You start to hear water dripping above you. The air starts to get a little more damp as you're moving inwards. And it looks like you're coming up to almost looks like a stone gate that's been cut out of the earth, like a formal gate has been built there.
Does it have a doors?
There's no door or anything. It's just almost like a big open entrance, though. Yeah.
Is there a search for traps sort of a thing in it?
I'm sure there is. That is probably scan, I would think. Yeah.
All right. I would like to give that a shot just to make sure we're not walking into a trap.
Certainly.
What about a battle roll to determine whether we're walking into an ambush?
Nope. I don't see shit.
You don't see shit. Yeah.
Probably because the lantern's behind me.
Exactly. Yeah, if you want to have Glorel go up first, and then, or you could do your battle roll first and encourage your. No, actually, that's what is that? That's not battle. That's what's the other thing? That's
Enhearten.
Yeah.
Battles for doing strategy. That's why I was like, could I check battle to see if I think we're about to be ambushed?
That's not a bad idea. I would accept that.
All right. It's not a great roll. Oh, but it's a success.
It's a success, yeah.
Just barely.
So, what you can tell, you don't see anything around the entrance itself. Kind of looking just a little bit further in, you don't see anything laying on the ground. You don't see any ropes or anything like that. So,
All right. Well, shall we try to sneak through the gate,
Hmm.
or just go in and announce our presence?
Well, I mean, I know we're coming. Oh
At
no,
least-
actually, no one. Well, no, we did see somebody run in, right?
Right? They're probably the one who cut the
Cut the rope, so
The
they
rope
know
and
we're
the-
coming.
well. And I mean, they probably hope they stopped us by cutting the bridge, but
I mean, I guess if they're stupid.
they don't understand how determined we are.
They did see that I was a dwarf, right?
definitely.
I'm not gonna
Right?
just.
They
I'm
knew
not
that
just gonna be like, oh, the rope is broken. I'm gonna go home now.
they knew that you wouldn't let us throw you across the gap.
That's probably true as well.
All right, fine. Let's just walk in.
Okay.
We're going in.
As you step through, you see this mostly empty room. Looks like it was whoever these guys were. They've turned it into some kind of guard post. But the room is mostly empty. It's just littered with debris and refuse left by the brigands, as they used it for their sleeping quarters. So you do see some bedrolls, but like I said, a lot of trash. Probably smells like BO in here.
Mm.
There is a door that leads out of here. It looks like it has another arched gate above it. Give me a scan roll. Anybody?
All right. Oof.
All right. You find there's a small but deep niche on the west wall of the chamber.
Does it look like it houses something that may have been removed, or?
You'd have to look inside it to find out.
All right, lamp girl.
Yeah, Clara, I'll go look at stuff.
I assume Glorel is already
Okay.
heading there.
Yep.
As
Yeah.
if you need to ask me twice.
All right. You shine your light in there, and you find a bag, just like some kind of cloth bag is sitting on almost kind of like a makeshift shelf. And there is, you see some dried kindling and some stale bread and dried meat there.
How far back is the bag?
It's kind of you see it kind of sitting just kind of behind some of these items. You think it probably was something that probably normally would have been hidden, but now for some reason it's been kind of pulled out a little bit.
Yeah.
So you don't have to reach your whole arm in deep. I mean, it's.
Well, I was thinking I have stakes for pinning my lean-to cloth down. Can I use one of them to reach in and snag it up?
Sure. Okay.
Sorry, I've played Tomb of Horrors one too many times.
That's not. Yeah, you just kind of more like drag it and knock it out. It opens up and spills out. Oh, I'm sorry.
Over on StreamYard, we have I have a recording error.
Let's take a look. I see no such error.
Oh, okay.
Looks like it's still going to me. So.
All right. Just wanted to make sure.
Yep. No sweat. So yeah, you kind of tip this bag, and it kind of falls out, and you hear the sound of coins falling out and hitting the ground.
Oh, perhaps one of you would be interested.
Well, you don't have to ask me twice. Is it
Okay.
gold?
They appear to be some kind of gold coins, yeah.
Ooh.
Ah,
Now, this is treasure. So, I think this just says the gold is worth a total of a success die of treasure points. So I'm thinking it's something we have to roll.
Yeah, roll a d6. That's a success die.
Roll dice. Okay. Then, yeah. Then, Tora, roll a d6. You should be able to just there's like a little icon like manual dice roll.
Yeah.
And there's also at the bottom of the little tool thing, there's
I don't think that's what I meant to do.
no.
Sorry.
That's a lot. Let me just
Try
see if
that
I can
again.
roll. Yeah, I was
Nope.
gonna say.
Nope. I don't want to do that either. I got it. Wait, I figured it out now.
All right.
Need this and then I need this. This is what.
There you go.
Got a 1.
Okay, so that is a 1. So I know there's like a chart somewhere in the book. Let's
So
see.
you think it'd be somewhere on the sheet where you can just roll a single success die?
You can.
Yeah, I didn't.
Yeah.
So it says feat dice and success dice, and I didn't know which one was which, and then I had to figure it out. That feat dice is the big one, and the success dice is the 6. So
yeah, it makes you like take out the 1 for the feat dice. Let me see. Let's see if I can find this. Oh, come on. Here we go. All right. So, that's not the one I wanted. Well, it can't be 1 coin because I said you hear coins fall.
right.
So,
Well, the rest of them all fell in the crack.
it's not fair. That's really not fair. Let me.
Okay, maybe it's 1 sack of coins. How about that?
I know there's like a chart they're like referring to or something. I just want to see if I can find it here real quick. Of course, the word treasure only comes up 127 times in the book.
Yeah.
So, where is it? Or is it just? It's just treasure. Like I don't think it's like a number of coins. I think it's just like
it's just
one treasure.
1 unit of treasure.
It's it's 1 treasure per player.
Okay. All right. Then what you're gonna do is on your sheet, there should be a spot where you can add treasure on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Now I think about it, they don't break it down to how many coins. It's just like a level of treasure or something like that. So, okay.
I'm sorry, guys. I only rolled a 1.
That's okay. You can split it yourselves. You can split it between yourselves. Clarel isn't interested.
Okay, so going back to our story here.
Well, except for finding out who made the coins, but she can take a rubbing of one of them. And
okay, now kind of further back, you actually found a little further back on this shelf. You do find looks like almost like some like personal items. Find maybe like kind of like an old bracelet that's like bronze, doesn't really look like it's worth a whole lot. Like an old hammer, like old workman's hammer. And you're looking at them, they look more like personal items. And you think these are probably items that these brigands robbed from people, and they were just storing the stuff here for, for a later time when they could, sneak out and pawn this stuff. Now, seeing these personal items and seeing the gold, now you're starting to wonder, okay, these might be taken from victims, essentially. And you start to feel a little guilty. If you take the gold, you're going to gain 1 shadow point for greed.
Yeah. I'm not taking the gold. That's not why we came. Let's push on. We can gather this when we're done and distribute it at a local town or something. Make a donation to the poor.
Well, but if you take it, you're automatically taking 1 shadow.
Even if I'm gathering it to give to the.
So we just have to leave it in a pile here?
That's very binary and.
It is, yeah.
Not. Yeah. I'm just going to go on record that I don't like that.
Okay. Well.
Yeah.
Because you could
that seems to defeat the spirit of the whole point of having shadow points. But either way, I'm not carrying stuff because it's heavy.
Yeah, that was good. And that's the other thing is that starts to add to your load. And that was the other thing I was going to mention for our dwarf friend is load is going to eventually get to be. I mean, you're okay now, but if you start adding treasure and stuff like that, eventually it's going to start to slow you down. So okay, all right. So if you leave the gold there, don't add a point to your sheet. So okay. The only other way out of here is forward through another arch where you hear more sounds of water.
Well, that's good. I could use a drink.
I'll poke my nose up while they're debating what to do with the gold.
Okay. Looking your head through, kind of holding the lantern out and kind of looking through. Glorel, are you going first? I'm assuming then, right? You get an inexplicable sense of dread as you step past this door through this threshold.
Well,
just doesn't feel right.
That's interesting.
Step back, I feel okay. Step through, feel horrible. No, just kidding. So, no, you even looking through it. Yeah.
Man. Okay, good.
Exactly. No, just even looking in, but even as you start to step past that threshold, that's when it's just this place just doesn't feel right.
Tora, do you feel that when you step through the doorway?
I'm assuming I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't care for that.
So, being a dwarf, I want you to. Let's see. Probably either lore or awareness.
Well, they both suck, so I guess I'm going to go with lore because I at least have 1 point in that.
Okay. And anybody else can roll lore if they want, but definitely the dwarf feels it first.
Give it a shot. She has advantage.
Yep.
Yeah, okay. You're like...
Yeah, it feels creepy.
Okay.
Oh,
All right.
Understands why we are all creeped out.
This pillared hall was once a dwarven chamber of records. It was later adopted by the Enorian lords to become their hallows. And if you give me another lore roll, Ellie, I'll tell you the rest, if you're successful. But of course. Okay.
Now we've got to the part where I'm good at.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, that's a balanced party, though, or a more balanced party. You know that the Witch King flooded this area and laid a curse on it. The air is unwholesome and seems thick and stuffy, as if a weight is gradually oppressing each of you. Mm-hmm. You don't want to. You've had this feeling like, I don't want to stay here.
It's competing directly with my feeling that I do want to stay here and find out what's going on.
That's what we've been sent here to do, right? Or
You
where?
compartmentalize the your feelings.
You have, but there is a cost to moving forward. But depends if you want to move forward, because you're already getting like, this is bad, like very bad.
Well, I'm no coward. I take a
Okay.
step forward.
We
Okay.
should push through.
Okay. Okay. If you continue here, you're going to gain 2 points of shadow dread, as in against your better judgment. You're continuing forward, but add 2 shadow points to your character sheet.
Okay.
I can edit shadow scars, and I can edit temporary. So
I think it's
temporary. I guess.
I think it's
temporary is what we're gaining.
Yeah. Okay. As you continue downwards, because everything seems to kind of go downwards, you notice that there's water on the floor, but the further you get, the water is higher. The hall is partially collapsed and as you look forward, almost completely filled with muddy water. For a human or an elf, waist high. The walls are decorated by dwarven inscriptions and carvings. And this is where I'm going to have another. Give me another lore roll there for my dwarf, please.
Okay.
Maybe you picked up something at school. So.
Grandpa's tales.
Nope. Okay.
Nothing stuck.
No.
He taught me how to use an axe.
Yep. So you were going to have to, and looking further across, opposite the entrance opens a passage leading to a flight of steps going up. But you've got to go through this water to get to those steps. And it's probably a good 20, 30 yards.
This shouldn't be too bad. You don't think there's anything in the water, do you?
Of course there's something in the water.
What
Besides
do my elf eyes see? Is that a scan?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Okay.
Well, you've got two. You got 2 T's to spin there if you want.
Oh yeah.
Looking around, you do see these. There's art of what you're guessing are probably different houses of dwarves, but you think you hear something sloshing around. Like there really shouldn't be movement to this water. It should be almost like a dead pond. But with those successions, like something stirring the water a little bit.
Throw a rock in.
There is something in the water.
Told you, of course there's something in the water.
I don't suppose we could stop for me to make rubbings? No?
Of course.
All right.
It's up to you. Yeah.
You want to spin one of those T's to gain some extra insight?
Sure. Although I think I did with the something moving in the water.
Oh, yeah. It could be, yeah. You already gave it to him.
Yeah.
To her.
Yeah.
Forgot we're all playing females.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, that was just a random there was no thought attached to it.
Okay. All right. Again, you Glorel, you think you now hear another splash from further down almost towards that other entrance. Something in the shadows. What do your elven eyes see?
Yeah. Do your elven eyes maybe see a small ledge on the side of the room that we can use?
Okay. You catch sight of what looked like a dwarf, but they were running past that doorway and disappeared somewhere. But you're sure that you saw somebody run into some kind of side passage.
And you think it was a dwarf?
Well, these are their halls. Your
Well-
halls.
Let's just push through the water.
There's
If it
something
doesn't
in.
look like we can go around. We'll fight off whatever's in there. I'll go first if I must.
How deep is it going to be from me?
Probably almost up to your neck. So
Yeah,
you are going to be at a disadvantage. At least a 1 die disadvantage.
Alright. Fine, then lead the way, Dunedain.
I will.
That's when you hear a dong, like the deep toll of a bell, like somewhere.
That's never a good thing.
Boom.
I just leveled up, right?
Exactly. So,
I don't
Sorry
think I
about
did that.
headset's dying. So, okay. You hear this boom. That's when the sound of the waters really start moving. You hear this like sloshing sound.
Well, maybe we'll get lucky and it'll come out of the water, and then I don't have to be at a disadvantage.
Right. I take it back. Don't go into the water.
Yeah.
And from the middle of this chamber, you see things starting to stand up out of the water, like some kind of creatures
Fall back. Fall back.
standing up.
Get away from the water's edge.
All right.
And they rise slowly, and they're these slime covered humanoid things, and they're just like kind of like greasy, almost like seaweed, kind of like hair like hanging off their faces, and they're all popping out of the water. When you get a chance to count them, you count 8 of them.
Okay. I doubt these are friendly. And I doubt they're human. I say we open fire on them with our bows.
Okay.
Excuse me, what do you call yourselves in your own language?
In my language, we call ourselves people.
All right.
Rangers of the North. Dunedain.
When you say that, they start to hiss when they hear that word.
I don't think they like you.
Right? These are people of the Witch King, ancient enemies of the of my people.
So,
Well, some people have no taste.
let's see.
Who else fought the Witch King? Wasn't that like a coalition of people that went after him?
Yeah.
Not really familiar with that lore.
Now, this could take a little while for this fight. this would be a decent place to stop before we engage. And you might get lucky, and you might have a player,
Fourth person next time.
an extra player or two next time. Would
There's
you?
only 8 of them. We could take them out with an opening volley.
I'm fine with waiting for the next part till next week.
I think it'd be a better place to stop than. But
I think this is a great place to stop, especially if we can get,
Yeah.
somebody else.
You might need some help for this one.
I'm confident that we could not die, the 3 of us. But
All right. Then I think
next time, a 4th member can come running into the kid, going, "Ooh, wait for me."
Yeah, I have an idea for some things.
They'll be like, "Hey, you guys left a really good bridge back there."
Exactly.
And a whole bunch of gold coins. Why didn't you pick those up?
Yeah. All right.
2 weeks later.
Yeah. All right. So what we'll do is we will pick this up again next Monday, and we should be able to finish the story for next Monday. So, but all right. Well, thank you guys for playing. I appreciate it.
Thank you for running.
I've got some research on some things to do, but we will pick up again next Monday. Thanks everybody who's been watching, either on stream or watching on YouTube. We appreciate your support. Anybody have anything they wanna plug? I know somebody has a game coming up.
Somebody, yeah. When it was, oh right. Hey everybody, this Thursday, April 10th, we're gonna start running a Delta Green campaign, a very long campaign. We're going to delve into Impossible Landscapes, one of the famous Delta Green scenarios from Dennis Detweiler. Tom will be joining us. Marissa will be joining us. And if you guys remember Alan Henry from the Mothership game with all the crabs, will also be joining us. So the 3 of them, and Minty, almost forgot, also from the Mothership game. So it'll be 4 of them. Alan won't join us right away. He'll be coming in a couple of weeks. But Minty and Tom and Mouse will be delving into the interesting world of the King in Yellow, starting on Thursday at 8.
All righty. Thank you.
And then I think don't we have Star Trek again this week?
We do. We have Star Trek Wednesday night. We're the second half of our episode, so we're gonna do that Wednesday night. And this is a busy week. We have 4 games this week. I don't think we've ever had 4 games in one week. So, and then Friday night, the last episode of Dragon Age. So we got a lot going on. So, let's see. There's one person who doesn't exist on the internet, so I don't think Allie has anything to advertise. But I will always ask.
No, I'm all set.
Okay.
One of these days, she's just going to roll out with boom, here's everything I've been working on for the past 5 years.
Yeah, like a list of 10 things, I will always ask just in case. So
I appreciate it.
Yep. Marissa, anything going on?
Nope.
No?
Just
All right.
lots of puppy snuggly.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you, everybody. We're going to wrap up, and we will see you next week. Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Good night.